There are 6 elected trustees on the Dolton Village Board. Some of them joined Mayor Tiffany Henyard last May on an economic development trip to Las Vegas. It was on that trip that the mayor's now former assistant claims she was the victim of an unwanted sexual encounter.
In the dazzling lights of Las Vegas, a shadow has been cast over Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard, as allegations of sexual misconduct during a taxpayer-funded trip have surfaced, leaving the community in disarray and questioning the mayor's leadership. The trustee implicated in these serious allegations remains unnamed, as the accusations swirl around the 2 male trustees, Holmes and Stanley Brown, who were part of the entourage. The community is left pondering the question, of the 2 who went, which one could be the subject of these troubling claims? Handling such a sensitive issue requires a nuanced perspective, focusing on accountability, transparency, and the responsible use of public funds. The complexity of the situation necessitates restraint from making assumptions or directly naming individuals involved. As the scandal unravels, concerns emerge regarding Mayor Henyard's response. Reports suggest that she may have been aware of the allegations early on but chose to handle the matter discreetly. Whispers within the community allude to the mayor expressing fears about her reputation, acknowledging potential ruin if the story were to get out. Officer Miles, who reportedly knew about violations during the trip, seems to be playing the role of an unaware bystander. Whether this is a strategic move or genuine ignorance remains unclear. The officer's involvement in reporting violations raises questions about the extent of knowledge within the mayor's inner circle. Adding another layer to the unfolding narrative is the alleged dismissal of the accuser. After reporting the incident and seeking medical treatment, she found herself on unpaid leave and subsequently terminated. While the mayor's administration denies retaliation, the sequence of events raises questions about the handling of the situation. In the aftermath of this scandal, the community is left pondering the responsibilities of a leader. Did Mayor Henyard act responsibly by keeping the matter under wraps, potentially at the cost of justice? Should she have promptly reported the incident, ensuring a thorough investigation and protecting the victim's rights? The Vegas voyage, initially a symbol of financial mismanagement, now stands as a test of leadership integrity. As Dolton residents grapple with these questions, they wonder if their mayor, entrusted with their well-being, lived up to the standards of accountability and transparency they deserve. As Dolton residents navigate the unfolding scandal surrounding Mayor Tiffany Henyard, your engagement in the conversation is crucial. To stay informed and encourage open dialogue within the community, we invite you to like, share, and subscribe. By doing so, you play an active role in fostering transparency, accountability, and a shared commitment to the well-being of Dolton. Let's come together to ensure our voices are heard and our community remains informed. Like, share, and subscribe now to stay connected.
Carried out by an unnamed Dolton trustee. She filed this complaint with the Department of Human Rights. According to the woman's complaint, after having dinner with the unnamed trustee, she started to feel disoriented. Then she blacked out. The next morning, she woke up in the trustee's hotel room with no memory of how she got there, experiencing physical discomfort. Officer Byron Miles, who was part of Mayor Henyard's security detail at the time, also filed a complaint with the Human Rights Department. He also went on that trip to Vegas and says in his complaint, the unnamed trustee called him on the phone and told him he had unprotected sex with the woman. In the complaint, he says he recorded some of their conversation. According to both complaints, the woman says when she told the mayor about the incident, the mayor said if this information became public, she'd be ruined. All the work she'd done would be lost. The ex-employee says the mayor told her she would take care of it and to trust her. Days later, according to her complaint, the woman was put on unpaid medical leave without her consent. She was later terminated. Trustees Tammy Brown, Kiana Belcher, and Brittany Norwood did not go on that trip to Vegas. By a show of hands, how many of you knew about these allegations? They tell NBC5 they're stunned to learn about the investigation by the Department of Human Rights and the allegations made by the mayor's former assistant.
That could have been any one of us. That could have been either trustee. That could be anybody. I'm furious. This makes no sense. I'm hurt and I'm furious. That means that these people have known about this for some time. It's almost a year later.
The biggest fear is always, how far is this going to go before someone gets hurt? And now I feel like this is what it's come to.
The trustees say the mayor should have immediately launched an investigation. They're calling on the mayor and the unnamed trustee to resign.
For you to cover up something like this, allegations of someone doing this to someone, is horrible. And you cannot lead the village of Dolton under these circumstances. Everybody involved, if you hold a position, you should resign immediately. There's already enough shame being brought to this village. How much more? How much more?
In a statement, Trustee Jason House says he did not go on that trip to Vegas. NBC5 reached out to the 2 remaining trustees for comment, but didn't hear back. The village, in a statement, told NBC5 it conducted a thorough investigation into these allegations led by an independent third-party company. The statement goes on to say former police officer Miles was interviewed and denied knowing anything about these allegations, and the alleged victim refused to cooperate with our investigation. The statement continues, this is nothing more than 2 disgruntled village employees trying to make off with the taxpayers' hard-earned dollars. The village looks forward to defending these allegations and pursuing all other available remedies to the village.